I packed and I was ready to go to Mombasa. I booked a bus to Mombasa. And I remember the night I was going to Mombasa, because I was traveling overnight. I took a bus, and when I got into the bus, there is this woman, the age of my mom. She came, she sat near me. We started chatting, talking, and she was so kind. The way, from the look of things, she was so kind, so nice, friendly, and we became friends in the bus. And now when we reached Motito Wadai, she alighted, and she went outside and she bought some biscuits. And she came with the biscuits, and the time she came with the biscuits, she sat near me, and she started eating, and she told me, girl, my little girl, why can't you have a piece? So this time, in my mind, I was not remembering that you should not accept anything from a stranger. I didn't know, because I'm from Mombasa, and Mombasa about dragging people, it is not really common. But now she gave me a piece, I ate. And the next thing, I didn't remember myself, I didn't recognize myself. She gave me overdose of drugs. She drugged me, and I became unconscious. And now, I had only informed my brother in Mombasa. I called Robert, my brother in Mombasa, that I was coming to Mombasa. And now this woman, she stole all the money that I had. She took all the clothes, my bag, and my ATM, and my...
The one that you are going to sell?
Yeah, the one I was not going to sell. They were mine, my personal clothes. Okay. And she took everything, my phone, my money, and everything. And she left me only with the lasso that I was covering myself with. And I was there sleeping. Now we reached to Mombasa. Now the driver and the turn boy, they are trying to tell me, girl, we are already in Mombasa, come and get out. That time I was like a dead person.
Half dead.
And they trying to give me some milk so that at least I could regain some conscience.
Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you according to a time wherever you are receiving my greetings. As usual, my name is KG Mtoto wa Mungu, aka Luckman. First I want to say thank you. Thank you for your like, your comment. Thank you for always coming back and watch my videos. I know and I believe that every video or story I upload here, you watch and you learn from it. And today, I have another testimony. A great testimony from Sicily. She's my friend or our friend. Tulikuwa tunaenda naye one church. Na bado ni friend yetu. Maana bado tunafanya maombi pamoja. Akona story ambayo najua after watching this one, wow, you are going to learn so many things. Na inaenda kukuhelp. Because her story or her testimony ni about vile alipoteza job, kila mtu akamhepa, tena kidogo akakuwa kama mad person. Evil spirits zilikuwa zinamcheza ama zinamkimbiza hapa pale, na pia vile alikuwa na spiritual husband kutoka huko Oceans. Nimekuambia tu hivyo ndio utulie, ndio wewe mwenyewe ukaweza kusikia story, maana this story is very interesting, shocking, at the same time it's a testimony to her. So without wasting so much time, I welcome you all. Welcome this KG Mtoto wa Mungu TV. Karibu sana. As I introduce my guest to you. Karibu. Mambo?
Poa sana.
Ukoje?
Niko okay.
Una smile?
Yeah.
Uko poa?
Yes.
Naona uko poa. Naona uko fit. Introduce kwa majina.
Kwa majina naitwa Cecilia Kabiria Kubai. Yes, I'm from Meru County. Yeah, I reside in Mombasa.
Okay.
That is where we reside in Mombasa as a family. But I work in Europe in the cruise ship. Yes.
Europe ikoje?
Europe iko poa.
Life ya huko.
Life is so much interesting. Yes.
Najua huko sasa, najua ni wazungu na deal na wao.
Yeah.
Wazungu wanakupeleka aje?
They are so nice. They are so good. They are so good to get along with them.
Okay.
And I really thank God to be there.
Niliona ukifanya huduma ya preaching, ukiwa preach about Jesus.
Yes.
Ukiambia Jesus is coming very soon.
Yes.
But unajua na wazungu wengi wao waamingi kama kuna Jesus.
Yes.
Wewe ku preach gospel of Jesus Christ to white people, challenges ni kama gani una go through?
there are some who are believing in Christ Jesus and some do not believe, because I have met them. Some are worshipping idols, some are worshipping moons, and I have met several of them. And now it is upon us to make them know our true God. They have to know the true God, the creator of the heavens, the creator of the earth, and the creator of the sea. So it is our initiative. If you are born again, you go and evangelize to them. Yes, I'm a soul winner, I'm an evangelist, and I'm also a missionary.
Okay. Hebu nikuulize hii swali. Tunajuanga wazungu ni watu ambao wanapenda black beauty. Watakangi watu weupe sana, watu rangi yako, watu size yako ndio wanapenda sana. Wewe hujapata mmoja mwenye labda ulipreach ukasema sasa juu umenipreachia kuja nipreachiange kwa nyumba?
There are. That is very true. There are, but there is exactly what I really want. I can't just say because someone is a white person that I really want a white person and I just go along with it. I have to set my standards and I really know what I really want in life. So I can't just accept anyone. Yes.
Wow. Now, tulikuwa nataka tu upate hiyo. Now sasa nataka utupe story yako Cecily. Maana tunajua hiyo story inaenda kutouch so many people out there. To you is a story and also a testimony, but now your testimony unaishare at least kupea hope watu ambao wako pale nje. So can you give us your testimony now?
Okay. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your station.
Welcome.
I really thank God for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted. So yes, as I have said, I will give short of my story and my experiences in the cruise ship and also my experiences before I went to the cruise ship here in Kenya. So in the year 2016, I lost my job in the Uchumi supermarket. I was working in the Uchumi supermarket. And when Uchumi supermarket closed down, I started a small business for selling smoky, eggs, boiled eggs, and kebab, and samosas, and chips, and viazi karai, here in Embakasi, Tel Aviv, near Taj Mall. And it was so challenging. The business was so challenging. I was not getting as much money that I was getting in Uchumi supermarket, and life really became very difficult. I started to experience battles and all that, people fighting me, fighting my business, because there were some people who were near me. They were doing also businesses there, and I really suffered so much here in Nairobi after I lost my job. And so now I remember there is a time I said, now it was Christmas, it was going to 2017, I said the new year of 2017 I want to be in Mombasa, because my family resides in Mombasa, Mtwapa, and I decided that I'm going to take a leave. I'm just going to take an holiday. And I remember I went to Kongoya and I bought a lot of clothes. Every day I said that every day I must have a clothes that I have to buy for it, and shoes, and I packed and I was ready to go to Mombasa. I booked a bus to Mombasa. And I remember the night I was going to Mombasa, because I was traveling overnight. I took a bus, and when I got into the bus, there is this woman, the age of my mom. She came, she sat near me, we started chatting, talking, and she was so kind. The way, from the look of things, she was so kind, so nice, friendly, and we became friends in the bus. And now when we reached Motito Wadai, she alighted, and she went outside and she bought some biscuits. And she came with the biscuits, and the time she came with the biscuits, she sat near me, and she started eating, and she told me, girl, my little girl, why can't you have a piece? So this time, in my mind, I was not remembering that you should not accept anything from a stranger. I didn't know, because I'm from Mombasa, and Mombasa about dragging people, it is not really common. But now she gave me a piece, I ate. And the next thing, I didn't remember myself, I didn't recognize myself. She gave me overdose of drugs. She drugged me, and I became unconscious. And now I had only informed my brother in Mombasa. I called Robert, my brother in Mombasa, that about that I was coming to Mombasa. And now this woman, she stole all the money that I had. She took all the clothes, my bag, and my ATM and my ID.
The one that you are going to sell?
Yeah, the one I was not going to sell. They were mine, my personal clothes.
Oh,
I had bought.
okay.
And she took everything, my phone, my monies, and everything. And she left me only with the lasso that I was covering myself with. And I was there sleeping. Now we reached to Mombasa. Now the driver and the turn boy, they are trying to tell me, girl, we are already in Mombasa. Come and get out.
Yeah.
That time I was like a dead person.
Half dead.
And they tried to give me some milk so that at least I could regain some conscience. So what I was told is that they gave me some milk and they asked me, do you know any number offered? And I told yes. I told them yes. And I gave them my brother's number.
Yeah.
And they called my brother. They told, do you have a visitor who is coming to visit you? My brother said yes. My sister is coming from Nairobi. And they told her she's here. She's here at our bus, but she's unconscious. She has been dragged. And my brother, they came to take me to hospital. And that time, their hospitals were not, zilikuwa zimegoma hospitali.
Because of corona or what?
No, not corona by that time. Corona was not there. That was the year 2017.
Oh, 17, yeah.
So my brother took me to a private hospital in Mtwapa, and I lied there for 2 days. I was unconscious. When they left me sleeping, they could meet me. If the hand was like this, they could still fight me like I'm like this. And they were now crying. They were saying now Cecilia is maybe dead. Maybe she's not going to recover. Only my heart that was beating. And that time I could not recognize myself at all. But by the grace of God, I got from the medications I was given, the injections, I recovered and I woke up. But when I woke up,
After how many days?
After 2 days.
What?
Yes, after
2 full days.
2 days.
Wow.
That is when I came back.
That is 24 hours.
Yes. Then that is one part of my challenge that I went through. I tried to recover my phone and my everything, but I could not recover anything. So it was a total mess because I have lost my job in Uchumi. I have lost also the other business. I have lost everything, my money that I had looked for. I don't have anything now. It was so stressful. But I really thank God because of the grace of God, I'm still standing. Now, another challenge that I have gone through, it's in the year 2019. I was supposed to do a wedding, but the wedding was cancelled 1 month too. And we had made the arrangements. There was the committee for the wedding. And the bridesmaids, they had made their clothes ready. And everything was set ready. But now, the guy who was getting married to me, he wasn't a good person. Because...
Okay, unajua ukisema hakuwa good person, watu wanauliza good person aje. Na mbona huku nini mapema kabla ifika hata kwa wedding?
There is some characters that I noted when it was almost to the wedding. And for me, I was not ready to cope with it because it was too early for me. It could have been worse if I got into that marriage. So the thing is, I will just explain. The thing is, I was the one that was carrying the burden of this relationship. For example, like he didn't have a job. He lost his job, and I owned businesses in Mtwapa for selling second-hand clothes. And I told him, because you don't have a job, because of love, I really loved this guy with all my heart, and I was ready to settle for marriage. And I told him, come, we do the businesses, the business we do for you together. But now the guy was like, he is ready to do the business when it is established, but he was not ready to pay the price for it. For example, I go to Kongwea, we go to the Kongwea together. He is not willing to wake up at 3 o'clock. 3 a.m. in the morning, I normally used to wake up to go for morning glory. After morning glory, I go to Kongwea to buy clothes. But now when I tell him to go and do the same, he is not willing. So the burden
But he wants money.
He wants money. He wants just to go where the building is established and stay there and wait for customers there. But going to get the clothes, he is not ready. So I was the one that was taking the burden, and it was so hectic for me. You go for morning glory at 3 a.m. to pray. Then you go to the market again.
To buy clothes?
To buy clothes,
yes.
Like sweatpants. You have to wait for sweatpants. Sometimes they are not finished. You have to go to the tailors to make them look nice and decorate them and make all those things. And now it was hectic because I could wait from 3, I could wait after morning glory, 5, at 6 o'clock. I go to the market, I buy, and then after I buy, I take them to Fundi, then to the tailor, and then after there, I could go back again to sell, to take him to Mtwapa. And I meet the guy is just sitting there.
Waiting.
For him, it's just to sell. And now I remember there is another... I established another kibanda. These were vibandas. They were not in a building. They were just vibandas. I established another kibanda. And then that was a new one. It was like a branch I opened. And I told him, please, kindly, maybe you can now come and start this other kibanda. For me, when I come from the market, I stay here in this other kibanda that we have already established. And you go the other one so that we cannot stay in one position, all of us. So... When I told him like that, he was not willing. He was only willing to go to the kibanda that has been established. The kibanda that has customers already. He is not ready to have a new beginning. And now and he refused. And now it was hectic for me. I go from the market. I come to the new one. I bring the stuff. I come again. I carry another stuff to another new kibanda to go and open.
Wow.
Also, I started to go around the markets. To go around the market, we have the market at Kilifi. We have another market at Kampala. Another market at Sharian. And I used to go to buy clothes, and I go there again. And I carry the clothes. I go to sell them to those markets when they open, during the days that they open. And it was so hectic for me, and I was saying, this is really a burden. But I was sacrificing. I was ready for marriage because of the pressure that I was receiving from the family. Cecilia, you are getting old. You don't have a kid.
Get married.
And now... according to how people were pressuring me, and now they were excited, they want the wedding, they are really waiting for the wedding.
So hata wakutaka kujua kama...
They didn't know, even they didn't want to know what I'm going through, and I was ready to settle for the marriage. But now I remember one time, during our...
But before upange marriage, how did you meet this guy?
We were doing mission. He's a born-again Christian. We were doing missions in Nairobi at a place called Rongai. And that is where we met as a team. And he fell in love with me, and he told me that he's interested to know me more. And because for me, I thought just being born again is everything.
But you falling in love with him, ilikuwa true love ama ilikuwa because of peer pressure or pressure you are getting from family members, friends?
Mine was pressure. Pressure because everyone is telling me you are getting old, you don't have a kid, you get to menopause without a kid. Now I was ready to
So paka mwenye ukaingwa na uoga. Kasema liwe liwalo.
Let me get married.
Okay, tuendelee.
So okay, now when we do weddings in our church, JCC, I come from JCC Mbamburi. Pastor Wilfred Lai is my spiritual father. And we were doing our counselings. And I remember one day that we were doing our counselings. One thing that I have omitted is that when the burden that I was taking care of his mom. I was the one that was taking care of the guy. I am the one that was buying clothes for him, for wearing the shoes and everything. And also the family food, it's me who was taking care of them. You are doing all this na mjawana bado? Yes, sure. My God. So, I told like the time that we were going for first time to see my parents, as a Marian, if you're from Meru County, you go with the Mira to see for the lady. You go with the mirror. So I remember I took 20,000 from my pocket and I gave the guy to go and pretend that it is his money. But initially I told him, I'm giving you this money so that I was covering him. I didn't want people to know, for him to get to shame. So I gave him the money, and we went to Meru, and he gave the parents, and the parents thought that it's the guy who gave the money.
They were happy.
They were happy,
yes.
and they ate the money, and the uncles were happy. Now it's reached a time now we were doing the counseling sections, and one day I felt like Pastor was teaching us about how wives should submit to their husband,
yes.
and I was really learning. And also now it came apart that he was saying that a man is the visionary leader. He's supposed to be the visionary bearer. And now he was telling us the wife is supposed to help the man achieve the vision. And therefore when I heard these things from my pastor, one of my pastor in JCC, Pastor Gashara, I felt like I'm in the wrong place, and things have not been running well. When I look at the vision that my boyfriend has, I don't really see it. I'm the one that is struggling even to make ends meet. And I asked Pastor one question, but this question I was asking out of a clean heart. I did not ask this question to embarrass him or to do anything bad to him. I was just asking so that he can learn and change. But I think he wasn't ready for change. And I asked Pastor, when I go to salons, we meet ladies, they are talking, and they are talking sometimes about their husbands, about my husband has no vision, my husband, I'm the one that is taking care of everything, I'm the one that is the breadwinner of the family. Now I asked Pastor, as I'm a born-again Christian, how can I advise these kind of ladies when they raise such issues and they are there, they don't have a solution? How can I help them? And Pastor turned to my boyfriend, and he called him by name, and he asked him, so and so, it is very wrong for a man to have no vision. As a man, you're supposed to have a vision, because where there is no vision, people perish.
True.
So the guy, I could tell the eyes of the guy turned into red, and I knew here there is danger. And when he was asked, he was advised, and he was asked, do you have a question for Cecilia? He said, no, I don't have a question. When we got into the stairs that backstand, our other church, we could not even arrive at the gate. He threw the wallet that he earned for the money for the business. He threw them on the floor for me. And he told me, Mjinga wewe, you are shaming me before the pastor to make yourself look holy. What are you doing? And he started insulting me. He insulted me. I cried. I cried. Because I loved him, and I was saying this out of a clean heart to help him. I was not having any negative thing against him. And he went another route, and I also went another route because I was crying, and I was alone that time. I didn't have anyone, and I cried, and in my phone he was sending messages one after another, and I couldn't read it. Very nasty messages, messages very heartbreaking, and I was crying. I was crying. So what I did, I called one of his friends. One of his friends. And this friend, he told me, Cecilia, this is not the right man for you. If he is insulting you like this, he is like he wants to beat you like this. Now, Bando, you are not even married. It is better a broken relationship than a broken marriage. Oh my God, I could not want to hear such words, because I was in love. That time I was in love already. I told him, no, please don't tell me like that. The wedding is just in a month's time. But he told me, but now you can't get married to such a person who is like that to you, and you are not yet married.
Yeah.
And I could cry. I cried. But he encouraged me. I got into Matatu and went to Mtwapa.
Yeah.
So in Mtwapa, there was a lady that I was living with. She was a friend who was making, she was a tailor. She's the one that was making dresses for the bridesmaids.
Yeah.
And I went and I explained everything to me. And also to her, she was also advising me and telling me, Cecilia, this is not the right person for you, please. You should escape from this kind of relationship.
Yeah.
I was not ready to listen to the girl. Why? I was in love. I really wanted to get married. And now, it became so tough for me. I could not sleep at night. When I slept at night, I could wake her and tell her, Glenn, wake up, please, come and read the Bible for me. Please pray for me. And she used to pray for me. And in my stomach, I was feeling like I already have ulcers. So Glenn prayed for me, and she called one of our friend pastors who came to my house.
Yeah.
And she told me, please talk to my pastor. I didn't want my pastors to know. I didn't want my anyone from my family to understand what is going on.
Yeah.
So she called that pastor, and this pastor came and talked to me. I explained everything to him about how I'm the one that is carrying the burden. The committees, it's only my friends that are attending. The guy has no friends.
The guy was just there.
He was just there, but I think it is something that he's really fighting with in his family.
Okay.
I really have anything bad against him, and I'm really praying that God will bless him wherever he is, and that God will really fight for him to be the way God has really created him for him.
Yeah.
So this pastor talked with me, talked, and he told me, Cecilia, there is no marriage. And I told him, no, pastor, you can't tell me like that. I'm ready for marriage.
Yeah.
I really want to get married.
And we are planning for a wedding.
And people, my parents are excited about the wedding. Cecilia has been waiting. Now it is a time that has come for her to get married.
Yeah.
So I did not listen to this pastor.
Yeah.
And he told my friend secretly, here there is no wedding. This is not the right man for this girl. But they did not tell me. So my friend Glenn did not give up. She went on. She called a pastor friend in Nigeria. He's called Pastor Efosa Osagi, all the way from Nigeria. I really thank this man of God.
We salute him.
Salute you, sir. So this pastor, he gave him my number. He called me. He told me, Cecilia, tell me what is happening. And I explained the same story to him. And he told me, my daughter, this is not the right person for you.
Yeah.
You should just understand the will of God. You cannot be a God in somebody's life.
Yes.
If you really want to help him, that you're not the one that is supposed to help him. It is God for him to help him. Because for me, I thought I will change the guy.
Yeah.
I was ready to change the guy. But I didn't know that I don't have the capability to change any man. It is only God that can change a person.
Yes.
So every time this pastor could call me, I was ready to hear him tell me, it is okay, you can proceed with the wedding. But every time I could receive his call, he could tell me, Cecilia, you think I'm going to tell you it is okay? No, I'm going to tell you it is not okay until it is okay. It is not well. It is not well. That is not your marriage. I could not listen to him, but now what he did, he gave me a solution. He told me, my daughter, I went through the same also when I was getting married, but God sent me to the mountain to pray. And when I got to the mountain, I got an answer. So he told me, I want to send you to the mountain for 3 days. You go and pray, fast and pray. Switch off your phone. Don't listen to any calls. Don't wait. Don't speak to anyone. Don't tell anyone where you've gone. So I left. I took my clothes and I left to the mountain. This is called Gorilla in Mombasa.
Okay.
In Mombasa, Mamangina.
Okay.
So I went to that place and I prayed. I prayed. The first day I prayed, I could sing new songs in the spirit. I could get into realms in the spirit of God, and the spirit of the Lord could come heavily on me as I was praying. And now, there is this second now day, I'm singing, lifting up my hands, I'm singing, I feel like I'm moving into realms and realms in the spirit. And there is another woman who was there, a servant of God, and she called me, after I finished praying, she called me, she told me, little girl, can I speak to you? And I told her, yes, you can speak to me, madam. And she told me, I have something, God has dropped something in my heart about you. And there is something that you are holding so tight. You don't want to let that thing to go. But God is saying that you let that thing and let God. Because that thing to you, it is so precious to you. You don't want to listen. People have been talking